executives, which included practitioners and users of analytics, students, and the faculty. This event, we hope, will be an annual feature. We have a CSR committee amongst the students, and they have done some signal work during the last year. On the Independence Day last year, they organized a drawing and painting competition for underprivileged children from a school which is largely set up for the police people. They also contributed voluntarily and organized the tuition fees and the education costs for one girl child. And all this came from within the students. I mean, there was no imposition by the management or the NMIMS Institute. This to us is very encouraging because it shows the spirit of the younger crowd, the spirit of young India, as you might term. Post the budget in February 2011, our students, under the stewardship of the Professor of Economics, organized a post-budget panel discussion, and which was really looking at the post-budget scenario for the next few years. We had a number of schools participating. The Amrita School of Business was the winner, and the NMIMS was the runner-up. On a different footing, on a different keel, two of our students won laurels at a business plan competition at IIM Bangalore. They were the runner-up to the winners who were from IIM Bangalore. We also had one of our students on a creative front winning a competition in photography organized by another business school in the city. So much for the achievements and laurels. During the past year, we have procured, as you know, the campus where we are in Koramangala is not our own in terms of the land. It's on a leased for about 20 years. So we intend to construct our own campus, and we have procured 9 acres of land at Banarghatta in a prime site. And the chairman of our local management committee, Mr. Sailesh Patel, had a very significant role to play in identifying the site and finally selecting it, along with some of the trustees and the chancellor from the NMIMS University. At this place, the architectural plans for this place are in the process of completion, and we hope that the site development work will start soon. In fact, the boundary wall work has already started a few days ago. We constituted the Board of Studies last year. The purpose of the Board of Studies is to help the NMIMS Bangalore in developing cutting-edge curricula, in keeping it updated with the current developments in industry and in academia. We have an eminent board comprising 5 professors, largely from IIM Bangalore, as well as 5 industry stalwarts. So the Board of Studies was convened last year, and it has already met and given its first set of recommendations to the Academic Council. The annual day was celebrated in November 2010, and we had the privilege of inviting and getting Sri Santosh Hegde, the erstwhile Lok Ayukt of Karnataka, as the chief guest. His speech and words of wisdom was, I believe, an inspiration to all those who had gathered here, including the faculty, staff, and the students. Coming to the placements front, our first full-time batch started in 2009, at a time when the economy was in a state of decline and impacted by the throes of recession. We believe that in a way it was a blessing in disguise for us, because right at the very outset we learned, or we were seized with the challenges of placement. Notwithstanding this, our students from the full-time executive batch were recruited by established companies like HP, Dell, HSBC, ICICI, KPMG, ING Vaishya, Millward Brown, etc. At the same time, we realize that as a new campus in the south, where we have a much lower visibility as compared to the regions of Mumbai, Delhi, Ahmedabad, and Pune, we have to really double our efforts in order to be far more successful on the placement front. And we hope that this year will mark a significant turnabout on this front. Finally, friends, running an institute is not a one person's job. It's a team effort. And therefore, on this occasion, I must place on record, acknowledge on record the contributions of all those who have been involved in the development of this institute. Firstly, let me accord my sincere appreciation for the faculty for spearheading the whole teaching learning process. Students come to the institute primarily for learning, and the faculty is the front end or the face, the customer facing section of our institution. And the fact that the institute has been able to carve a niche for itself, the fact that we are getting increasing numbers and more batches, particularly the MPE, is testimony to the efforts of the faculty in the whole teaching learning process. While faculty is the front end, there always has to be a back end, and the entire administration team, whether it is the academic administration or the general administration, are the so-called backroom boys and girls who do a job, not only who are not front-ending, but without whom the process will come to a grinding halt. My appreciation to their efforts. In Bangalore, we have a local management committee comprising Sri Sailesh Patel, Dr. Jayashankaran, and myself. And I'm thankful to Sri Patel and Dr. Jayashankaran for guiding me with their experience and wisdom. The Vice Chancellor. I can always count on the Vice Chancellor, who is a pillar of strength and support for me, and whom I like to use the word, I pester him often for help. Thank you, sir, for your support. The registrar is plays a very significant role, and with her team of people involved in the HR, legal, and all other matters on whom we are dependent, especially as a satellite campus, who have dependent on the headquarters for a lot of support. Thank you, Mrs. Parab, for your support. We have other key officials in Mumbai, the Pro Vice Chancellor, the Controller of Examinations, etc., who also have supported us from time to time during our endeavors. I must place on record the support given by the Chancellor for his ability to look at a new institution holistically and at looking at the challenges of a new campus and giving us the necessary encouragement to continue. We also have other office bearers of the Sri Vilapale Kelavani Mandal who have from time to time supported us not only at the project stage but also in the process of selecting land for the campus and in various other activities. My appreciation for their efforts. And finally, to all of you, my friends, the graduates, the would-be graduates, who joined NMIMS Bangalore at its stage of infancy, purely on the brand image of NMIMS Bombay. I think, but for you, the campus wouldn't have been running up and about. And those of you who joined in the first two batches, my sincere appreciation to all of you for having reposed the faith in us. With these few words, let me once again welcome all of you to this graduation ceremony. And I hope the graduates, after graduation, would carry the flag of NMIMS flying high, would do well in their careers. And you're always welcome to come back to us, and maybe some of you would maybe come back as teachers or faculty here. All the best to you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm and informative address. It's my distinct honor now to introduce our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajan Saxena. Dr. Rajan Saxena is a distinguished professor of marketing and has research interests in marketing strategy, customer relationship management, and services marketing. He has not only taught in leading business schools in India, but also in universities abroad, at Calgary, Canada, and Pace University, New York, among others. During his tenure as Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajan Saxena has transformed NMIMS' academic strength to enable it emerge consistently as a top business school with a global footprint. It's my pleasure to invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Rajan Saxena, to give us the presidential
Our chief guest
address.
for the day, Mr. Rakesh Khanna, President BFSI of Sintel, Chairman of the Local Management Committee of NMIMS Bangalore Campus, Shri Shailesh Patel, Director, NMIMS Bangalore Campus, Professor Moni, Professor Emeritus, Dr. Jayashankaran, Director Administration, and in charge Registrar, Mrs. Parab, members of the faculty at NMIMS Bangalore, as also the members of the administrative staff present over here, the graduating students, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me at the outset apologize for this delay that has happened this morning, Prince, mainly because of factors that were completely beyond anybody's control of an airline whose aircraft got skidded this morning at the Mumbai airport, and therefore the main runway was